Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to every regional style of hamburger we could find across the United States. I know when it comes to food there are regional foods, but I didn't realise when it comes to burgers there are also regional burgers. I mean, maybe they vary slightly, but I didn't really expect to see a video focusing on differences between regions of what you can expect to find in your burgers within, I don't know, California and then Texas and then Pennsylvania, you know, just differences throughout. But I guess we're going to see. If I was to guess, I would say maybe in like California you would have, I don't know why, maybe you'd find avocado in a burger, or you'd find jalapenos in a burger. I don't know why those two things. And then in like somewhere like the state of New York, you'll just have your stereotypical burger where you just, cheese, onions, obviously the burger bun. And then in Texas, you'll probably find burgers where they're just twice the size, full of just, I don't know, things that, just things in the burger, maybe full of barbecue sauce or something. That's what I'd associate with a Texas burger. But yeah, we're going to see, hopefully going to enjoy, and let's jump into this reaction.
Whether you buy from a clown or a king, or a little red-haired girl perpetually frozen in the 1960s, you can find a hamburger on just about every street corner in America. Since its murky origins at the end of the 19th
God bless
century,
America
there have
for hamburgers, by the way. The best food in the world. I don't want to hear about pizzas. I don't mind pizzas, but hamburgers or cheeseburgers, they're the best by far. I do love a cheeseburger.
been countless unique takes on this beefy sandwich, ranging from the sweet to the savory to the alarmingly decadent.
Sure.
So, today, we're taking a bite out of every style of hamburger we could find across the U.S. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Foods channel. And let us know in the comments below what other staple food styles you would like to hear about. Okay, where's the beef?
The East Coast.
As its name would suggest, what separates the Connecticut steamed cheeseburger from all
Steamed cheeseburger is crazy, by the way. It's probably it is a lot healthier, but my God, you don't eat a cheeseburger or hamburger. I'm getting confused. I'm just gonna say cheeseburgers because that's what I call them, but hamburger, whatever. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, you don't eat your cheeseburger to be healthy. You eat it just to be delicious. It's probably still great, right? But come on, there's nothing better than like sort of the crispy edges of the sort of the beef.
the other burgers is the way in which it's cooked. It's a literal steamed ham. Seymour Skinner would be proud.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes.
The burger is usually steamed within a stainless steel cabinet that has a basin of water heated up at its base. These cabinets allow the fats to melt out of the burger and to be drained away after cooking, leaving behind a lean, juicy patty. With melted cheese on top, of course.
This is the most fun I've had with my clothes on since I can't tell you when.
Jack's Lunch, a Middleton, Connecticut restaurant that closed its doors for good in the mid-1900s, is generally credited with inventing this local exclusive. In the century or so since its inception, the style has spread out to a variety of other joints in adjacent towns, but it's remained hard to come by anywhere else, except Springfield. While everyone loves a good slider, the people of New Jersey may love sliders most of all. In the Garden State, they follow the White Castle model of taking small balls of beef and smashing them onto flat-top grills, allowing the heat of the burgers to cook the onions. A place called White Manna is the most famous of New Jersey's slider joints, and it was founded way back in 1939 for that year's World's Fair. 6 years later, they moved to Hackensack, New Jersey, where they have been a destination slider spot for over 7 decades. Hey, people need a reason to go to Hackensack. According to legend, golf sauce was originally designed by Argentine Nobel laureate Luis Federico Leloy, condiment for the prawns served at his local golf club. Would that be a prondiment? Yeah, probably. He mixed together mayonnaise and ketchup, along with cumin or
Oh mate, I hate this sauce. This sauce gives me it makes me queasy, bro. My brother used to eat this all the time, and it used to just stink. And I'll be honest, I don't really like ketchup. I don't like mayonnaise. So the combination of the two is like hell for me. But the smell that... this reminds me of my childhood, man. To be fair, we didn't have the spices in this. Or he wouldn't have the spices. He would just have mayo and ketchup. But the stench from that sauce, bro. Ugh.
And pimento. And voila! The perfect sauce was made for munching down prawns. Or for smothering atop a future sandwich. Enter the Dominican Chimiburger. The Chimiburger is a product of the Dominican Republic, typically topped with Leloy's Gulf sauce, along with tomato and cabbage. It is always served on pan de agua, which is a baguette-like water roll common in the Caribbean.
Oh.
If you're looking for a chimiburger in the U.S., they can typically be found anywhere there are Dominican communities, particularly in New York City and its surrounding areas, along with parts of Baltimore and Miami.
Damn. The Midwest. This is just stereotypical, no?
Iowa's loose meat sandwich is like a cheeseburger and a sloppy Joe got
Okay.
stuck together in that teleporter from the Fly. It originated in Sioux City's now closed Ye Olde Tavern back in 1924, when then owner David Hegland decided he was too cool for solid patties. What he made instead is basically just a burger, mixed with onion, ketchup, and pickles. But the beef is all loose, like a meatloaf in a car accident. Just 2 years after Hegland unleashed his creation upon the world, the nearby Made Right restaurant opened up, taking Hegland's loose meat sandwich for themselves and renaming it after the restaurant. Today, almost a century later, the Iowa loose meat sandwich is available anywhere between Kansas and Ohio. It's called either the Tavern Sandwich or the Made Right, depending on who
I bet
you
it's
ask.
great.
Well, we hope it's made right anyway. QP Hamburgers is one of the oldest burger chains in existence.
Why is this statue looking so shy?
Is one of the
That's such a funny little. I assume this is just on top of the store. That's great. Just a little shy baby.
oldest burger chains in existence. Founded in Flint, Michigan in 1923,
Flint,
the
damn.
chain grew to prominence by boasting its ever-luxurious olive burger. The burger is just what it sounds like.
See, I'm now coming across as very picky, right? I'm just not a fan of sauces. A lot of them. I like some, like again, barbecue sauce, teriyaki, soy sauce, is it Donburi sauce? Like sweet chili sauce, curry sauce. I love all of them. Just not like the ones that I've said pretty much. But olives, I don't like olives either. So this in a burger, I'm fascinated because they're whizzing it all together. I think there's like garlic. There's some sort of greens in there.
It's a burger with green olives on top, often with Swiss cheese as the topping of choice. Back in the day, Michiganders were so taken by QP's olive burger that plopping olives or spreading olive mayo on top of burgers became commonplace in both Michigan and northern Ohio. And olive burgers likewise remain commonplace to this day. While the QP chain is no longer the regional powerhouse it once was, its direct descendant can still be found today in the form of Weston's QP Sandwich Shop, located in Lansing, Michigan. Their olive burgers come in not only regular and king sizes, but also the colossal size, presumably for those who like their olives by the jarful. The Theta Burger
Enjoy what you got to
emerged
enjoy, man.
somewhere in the 1930s or 40s,
Ooh.
when Oklahoma City's Town Tavern crafted a distinctive burger for the University of Oklahoma's Kappa Alpha Theta sorority. What made this burger special, and what made it go on to become a regional favorite, is its hickory barbecue sauce, pickles, mayonnaise, and shredded cheddar cheese. Though Town Tavern has since closed
I mean,
down
to be
for
fair,
good,
bar the mayonnaise, that looks sensational.
the Theta Burger lives on in local restaurants,
That looks
namely
that
the
looks
Mont
good.
and Johnny's Charcoal Broiler.
That looks unreal,
The fried
man.
onion burger is another Oklahoma
Hell
favorite,
yeah.
because the Midwest never met a vegetable it couldn't fry. The fried onion burger emerged during the Great Depression,
Oh, wow.
when Ross Davis, the owner of a joint called Hamburger Inn, sought out a cheap way to beef up his restaurant's smash burgers. Rather than using bread, though, Davis would instead smash onions into his burger patties directly on the flat iron, making the burgers more hugified and also more flavorful. These burgers were a hit with his customers, and competing restaurants soon adopted the practice too, eventually adding on cheese, pickles, and mustard.
That looks unreal, bro. That looks unreal. Smash burgers. I don't think I've ever had a smash burger from like a place, but I always see them online and stuff. So I've seen them more and more recently. But goddamn, I would love like a burger just like made like that. I think I've probably made them at home before, to be fair.
Now, a whole century later, the fried onion burger remains a staple burger style all across the Sooner State. While Juicy Lucy may sound more like a
Oh,
cabaret
I remember the Juicy Lucy. Is that the one with the cheese inside? I've made this a few times actually. But I probably didn't use the right cheese. But I put the cheese in the middle and they slap, man. Juicy Lucy's a class.
performer than a savory treat, its cheesy insides will leave you riled up all the same.
Yeah, what cheese is
The
that?
only difference between a Juicy Lucy and your standard cheeseburger is that, in a Juicy Lucy, the
Yeah.
cheese is cooked inside the burger rather than on the outside. leaving a pocket of
I've made this
scalding
many times
deliciousness.
because
While
of
the
this.
Juicy Lucy originated at Matt's Bar and Grill in Minneapolis, Minnesota, apparently after a startled customer exclaimed that his burger was one Juicy Lucy, it has since spread its cheesy innards all across America. Both loved and reviled, the Missouri Goober Burger made a name for itself as the
Goober Burger.
one-stop shop for those looking to eat both a hamburger and a peanut butter sandwich at
Oh.
the same time.
What the
You know
fuck?
who you are. While the Goober Burger was popularized in Sedalia, Missouri by the now-closed Wheel-In Drive-In, who used to apply hot, melty peanut butter sauce to its burgers by the ladleful, the burger has since found its way into adventurous gastropubs all across the country. So
See, I would much rather have that than like mayo or ketchup on a burger, because I love peanut butter and I think that combination could go very well. It's just a weird one. I'd never have thought to have peanut butter on a burger.
step aside, jelly. Peanut butter has a new best
I tell you what, it probably would slap with the peanut butter on the top and then some strawberry jam or some sort of jam on the bottom as well. I mean, I like cranberry sauce in my chicken burgers, which sounds mental, but it is good. Don't knock it before you try it. Again, homemade, cranberry sauce on top, yum, yum, yum. But I think this could slap with a bit of like strawberry jam or some sort of jam on the bottom. I don't know. I'm now hearing that and thinking I want to try it.
friend. Invented for the Seymour Fair in 1885, popularized by Milwaukee's Solly's Grill in 1936, and recently spread nationwide by the rapid expansion of Culver's, the Wisconsin Butterburger has grown from a regional secret into a nationally recognized burger style.
That is Butterburger heaven.
While Butterburgers come in many forms, they all have one thing in common.
Butter.
They're covered in a healthy serving of melted butter.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Sometimes this butter is slathered
Oh, look at
directly onto the patty. Sometimes it's dumped on top of the burger.
What?
And sometimes, as is the case with Culver's, the butter is lightly brushed over the burger's bun.
Oh.
So what are you waiting for?
I
Butter
mean, to
get
be fair, I feel like it's quite common to put to put butter on your burger buns. No, I feel like that's like just a normal thing to do.
to it. Last up, we have one more entry from the Badger State, the Wisconsin Poached Burger. First created at Prairie du Chine's
Poached
still
burger?
open Pete's Hamburgers in 1909, this style of burger requires a flat-top grill covered in a layer of water and a healthy boatload of onions. Can a boatload of onions be healthy? It's up to us to find out. Balls of beef are then smashed onto this flat top, cooking the burgers in the boiling onion water until they're ready to serve. Other businesses, such as Joe Ruer's Bar just outside of Green Bay, have since taken up this practice too, making the Wisconsin Poached Burger a scrappy up-and-coming challenger to the Butterburger's heavyweight success.
Fair. Again, it's probably healthier, but I'd rather it fried.
What started as a Colombian take on the American hamburger eventually found its way onto the streets of Miami. Meet the Colombian Comida Rápida burger. While this fast food burger is frequently topped with lettuce, tomato, and onion, it also often includes melted mozzarella cheese and crushed potato chips for
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
after-school snack taste.
Ooh.
But what makes this burger truly special is its love of sauces. Sometimes it's covered in a simple pink sauce, a blend of both
Pink
ketchup and
sauce.
mayonnaise. But other times it's slathered in garlic mayo, a cilantro sauce, or more strikingly, a sweet and tangy pineapple sauce.
Oh.
Muy bien. Now introducing the Frita Cubana.
I assume these are small little like fries. Frita is fries, no?
As you might expect, this little number comes to us from the Pearl of the Antilles. That is to say, it's Cuban street food, and it likewise can be found all over Miami. Unlike other burgers, the Frita Cubana's patty isn't just plain beef. It's a ground mix of both beef and either chorizo or pork, along with a bunch of other additives,
nice.
like paprika, ketchup, onions, and potato sticks. Once it's all put together, the patty's grilled up evenly on a flat top, and is then served with a hefty portion of even more potato sticks. There is no such thing as too many potato sticks.
Hell yeah.
Remember the classic line from the 1994 movie The Shawshank Redemption?
Get busy living. Or get busy dying.
Georgia's Luther Burger lets you
This is a donut burger. Oh my god.
do both. Not only is it topped with bacon and sometimes a fried egg, but it's always served between two halves of a glazed donut. Legend has it that soul singer Luther Vandross first developed this 1,500-calorie burger when cobbling
1,500 calorie burger. Wow.
together a meal at home. Just one bite, and he was in love.
Luther Vandross is dead.
And?
While this story may or may not be true, the burger began popping up around Decatur, Georgia, decades ago, and it has since become commonplace at carnivals and fairs in both the American South and the Midwest.
That's such a weird one. I mean, I would definitely try it, but I don't know how I'd feel having onions with donuts. I'd probably just have it with like burger bun, cheese, bacon strips, of course. I don't think I'd want any vegetables with it because it's a donut. Like, I just feel like donuts contrasting onions. It's just too much of a different taste, and I love onions, but yeah.
Despite its name,
Love it,
the
though.
Mississippi Slug Burger isn't supposed to have any slugs on it at all.
Good.
So if you find one, send it back. Instead, the burger gets its name from its old-timey price tag. Back in the day, during the first two world wars and the Great Depression, a nickel was often referred to as a slug. Likewise, slug burgers were usually sold for 1 nickel, making them a cheap alternative to normal burgers when times was tough. So what makes the slug burger special?
Crispier.
Its patty is loaded either with breadcrumbs or with flour and soy meal, allowing the meat to travel further than normal beef patties could ever hope to go. Because of this, slug burgers are often called dough burgers, but that just doesn't have the slug-filled ring to it. Today, the city of Corinth, Mississippi still holds the annual Slug Burger Festival, wherein live music, local vendors, and the Miss Slug Burger pageant all come together to celebrate this Magnolia State staple.
What the fuck?
Pimento cheese is usually a combination of either cheddar cheese or American cheese, mayonnaise, and little red chili peppers known as pimentos. It's,
Okay. Sounds
fine.
good.
It's most common in the American South, with different regions having their own unique takes on the spread. But anywhere there's pimento on the menu, especially in South Carolina, a pimento cheeseburger is sure to be just around the corner. A pimento cheeseburger is just an otherwise standard burger topped with the spicy, spreadable cheese for a burger with just a bit
That
of
looks
bite.
unreal.
Memphis's Dyer Burgers, which opened its doors in 1912 and still stands to this day, has been straining and reusing the grease from its burgers for well over a century. That's right, the grease they cook their burgers in is the same recycled grease they've been using for over 100 years. Ugh, is that legal?
What? Wait, what the fuck?
They make use of this ancient basin
He's
by
lying,
dipping their
surely.
thin burger patties into its
They're-
depths.
they're
Once
really
they're done,
thin.
the resulting grease is strained once again and added back into the basin to be used again later.
What?
You can also try the double dip, wherein they take the entire assembled burger, the patty and bun along with all the toppings, and dip it into the basin for an extra greasy experience. It's heart-murmuringly delicious.
Yeah, very heart-murmuringly delicious. Southwest.
The San Antonio Bean Burger hails from San Antonio, Texas. Oh, hey, that's easy to remember. It's a standard beef patty topped with crushed Fritos, diced onions, cheese whiz,
It's like a Tex-Mex
and refried
burger.
beans. For that authentic, I'm hungry and this is what was in the pantry experience. There are
Fair.
conflicting theories over who invented this Lone Star delicacy. The burger's origins today are tied to the success of Sills Snack Shack, a restaurant owned and operated by Frank Sills for over 30 years. While the original Sills Snack Shack is no longer around, the bean burgers it popularized have since scattered all across the region, and often now offer a number of variations, from replacing the Cheese Whiz with genuine cheddar cheese, switching out the Fritos for tostadas, or adding in some pico de gallo for extra flavor.
Damn.
The New Mexico Green Chili Cheeseburger is a cheeseburger topped with, well, you get it. However, the green chilies in the green chili cheeseburgers are actually a special green chili sauce rather than chili peppers. According to legend, the green chili cheeseburger was a go-to meal for the scientists working on the Manhattan Project in 1945, who would frequent San Antonio, New Mexico's Owl Bar and Cafe after a long day of fission. If you're looking to taste the very same green chili cheeseburger that those scientists once had, the Owl Bar is still owned and operated by the same family to this day, and they currently advertise a $6 green chili cheeseburger on their website. After you're
Damn,
done
not too
there, you
bad.
can continue down the green chili cheeseburger trail, a collection of
I
more
like
than
this one.
60 New Mexican green chili cheeseburger joints that line the highways of the entire
See,
state.
I'm not great with spice, but there's sort of... I feel like with that, I would just love it anyway, because I can just sort of eat it slowly. And I do love chilies, or more so, I love peppers. And, yeah, I just feel like this would hit for sure. It looks unreal.
For anyone looking to make a patty pilgrimage. Behold, the California burger. What sets this golden
So I
state
said it's going to have avocado on it, and I said it's going to have... Wait, avocado, what else did I say? I swear I said something else. Avocado. I can't remember the other thing that I said.
rendition apart from the American classic is simple. It either includes avocado,
Mate, I cooked. Was that cress, by the way?
or if the chef is feeling particularly saucy, guacamole. Bacon's usually thrown into the mix too, along with lettuce, tomato, and onion, depending
Hey,
on the
looks
region
good.
you're buying from. Incidentally, California's most famous burger joint, In-N-Out, doesn't carry either avocado or bacon, meaning California's most famous burger isn't a California burger at all. That didn't stop Eat Show, an Orange County-based YouTube channel, from playing an April Fool's joke on over 100,000 salivating In-N-Out fans back in 2018, tricking people into believing that In-N-Out was launching an all-new
But why didn't they just do it? Well, I mean, I assume it's going to do well.
Cali-style burger. Over a half-decade later, In-N-Out still hasn't made the Cali-style burger a reality. What do they have against the humble avocado? If you're out of buns and the glazed donuts are nowhere to be found, you can replace the bun with rye bread and make yourself a patty melt, baby.
Hell
A
yeah.
patty melt is a cheeseburger, usually made on grilled rye bread and topped with Swiss cheese and grilled or caramelized onions. Allegedly created by Los Angeles native Tiny Naylor. While there is some debate over whether or not Tiny and his family actually invented the patty melt, there is no doubt that they helped to popularize the sandwich over the course of the 1930s by selling it at their then more than 40 restaurant locations across Southern California. In more recent years, the rye is often substituted for sourdough or Texas toast, while patty melt purists will claim this is a totally different sandwich.
Looks good, to be fair. The Northwest.
While no one seems to know for sure just who thought to put pastrami and Thousand Island dressing on top of a cheeseburger, the resulting pastrami burger has become a Utah classic. Some believe the trend was started back in 1978 by Nick Katsanavas, one of the original owners of Crown Burgers in Salt Lake City, which has allegedly been selling these meaty burgers since first opening its doors. And no one seems to remember pastrami burgers before Crown Burgers came along. Regardless of who invented them, pastrami burgers have since turned into a local mainstay, with various takes on
I'm
the sandwich
drooling,
popping
bro.
up all across Salt Lake City and the wider
Holy
Beehive State.
shit.
Utah, give me two. The Montana Nut Burger is a normal burger covered in a decidedly abnormal sauce.
Nut
A
burger?
delectable
Lovely.
mixture of Miracle Whip and crushed salted peanuts. The resulting smash burger is both crunchy and creamy,
Okay.
creating a confusing yet tasty treat for the refined Montana palate. The heart of all nut burgers is Butte, Montana, where Matt's Place
crazy.
Drive-In popularized the
Pause.
sandwich beginning in 1930 and turned it into a regional favorite before closing its doors in 2021. So what do you think?
The Nut Burger. Fairs, man. I mean, look, I like peanuts, so it probably does slap. It's sort of similar to peanut butter burger, really. But I'll be honest, I prefer chunky peanut butter to smooth peanut butter. I don't prefer it. I like them both. So I could do with either, to be honest. It's quite sad that the originators of some original burgers had closed down. Yeah, I do wonder why. Because if they're like ones that are so popular in those regions, why would they not be successful now? I moved to this country in 2014. I have to say, Americans are passionate about food, and I respect that. As a how do you say this? As a Wisconsinite, I am ashamed that we didn't put cheese inside the burger first. Mate, it's great. That Juicy Lucy slaps. I just don't have. I've not used the correct cheese. I think I've just used that basic like cheddar cheese or like sort of. I don't know, like yeah. Just I think it really is just cheddar cheese, which is definitely not the right cheese because it does not melt the same as you see it in like these the Juicy Lucy one. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see just how the US has these they're just different looking burgers and obviously tasting burgers. When in the UK, you'll probably have just the same type of burger all the time. I mean, Five Guys is probably where it gets the most experimental from my knowledge. It's probably not there, but that's where you can add like your jalapenos or just random things like olives and mushrooms and stuff like that. But realistically, yeah, you're just going to find sort of the bog standard burgers throughout the UK. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you've been to these different states and you've tried these different burgers, what is your favorite one? And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.